Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and this is our weekly TV news and channel roundup video. A little bit later this week, not by much, but a little bit later. Blame Netflix last weekend and Connor being sick for a little bit in terms of pushing things back. Some things got pushed. Star Trek has been pushed despite missing a week last week. Twin Peaks got pushed. So obviously we're catching up, things that are happening. This will probably be a quicker video because there's not actually a whole lot of news this week.
Which is convenient because it gives us a chance to get back on schedule.
That is true. So as far as stuff in the last week's concerned, yes, we did all of season 1 of Iron Fist.
Yes, we regret it.
It sucked. By the end of the season, we absolutely despised it. So if you want to see us hate and talk about it and rage and be angry about how shit it is, that's all there for you. Link in the corner about now. And yeah, that was pretty much it in terms of notable things this week. Obviously, me and Tim on Streams did get out, so you can check out that. And that's pretty much it. It was a pretty simple week in that sense, but it was a hectic week because of Iron Fist, because we didn't finish that until Wednesday. So, yeah, there we go. So let's go into new news. Let's go into things happening. And what better way to start the news than with lots of CBS renewals that we care about so much?
Really?
First things first, Big Bang Theory has been renewed for 2 more seasons. That's season 11 and season 12.
Fine. I mean, that was a given, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
I can't even hate it at this point because Jared's shit, but like that earns money, like so much money that it's like, well, of course they're going to renew it.
Hold on a second. You say it was a given, but they were actually delayed in making this decision because of contract disputes, and there's still a little bit of a dispute because two of the 2 newer characters, I mean, not new anymore because they've been there for years and years now, but they're still disputing their contracts. In fact, the other actors, all the original...
They all took a pay cut, didn't they?
Yeah, they all took a pay cut.
Yeah, I saw a lot of headlines going around about this, and it was really weird because a lot of them were framing it as the women are getting paid less than the men, but it's not. But for everything I read, actually seemed to be saying it's just because they were the later, newer editions.
Yeah, because Penny, whatever her name is, I can't remember, she's getting paid the same as the other actors. It's just the 2 later arrivals. However, when I actually looked at what they were earning compared to them, it is actually kind of ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
They're earning about a fifth of what the other actors are earning, which, given that they've been there for like 7 years now, is a little bit...
Yeah, and obviously now they're all series regulars and they're all main characters.
I mean, argue they should be making slightly less, sure, but a fifth? A fifth?
And credit to the rest of them for taking a pay cut, because they don't have to.
Yeah, that was nice of them. So hopefully... Well, I don't actually care if they work out, because I hate the show, but... yeah, go you. They renewed a bunch of stuff, though. I'm just going to list them out for you. The comedies they renewed, and I don't know what season some of these are on. I didn't bother checking. I didn't care. It doesn't matter. Some of them are obviously just season 2 though, because some of them I recognise as being new. But
okay.
Kevin Can Wait has been renewed. Life in Pieces has been renewed. Man with a Plan has been renewed. Superior Donuts has been renewed, and Mum has been renewed. That is the comedies.
Didn't Superior Donuts only just start like very, very recently?
Yeah, it was a mid-season show. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess they are indeed Superior Donuts. And on the drama side of things, Blue Bloods has been renewed, Bill has been renewed, Hawaii Five-O has been renewed, hell knows what season that's on now, MacGyver has been renewed, Madame Secretary has been renewed, NCIS has been renewed. What season is that on? Like 18 by this point?
No, it's not quite that much, about 15 I think. Maybe 14.
Huge difference. NCIS Los Angeles has been renewed, NCIS New Orleans has been renewed, and Scorpion has been renewed. The only notable absence I can see out of all those renewals, gladly actually, is 2 Broke Girls isn't on that list, so that's in limbo.
Oh, okay.
And that show's terrible, so yeah, by all means, cancel it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, the only one there that really physically pains me is MacGyver, because why? Why are people still watching that enough that they renew it?
Honestly, see, for me, this just reaffirms why I don't care about CBS.
Yeah, it's how little you care,
like,
isn't it?
Everything we listed there, I don't want to watch any of it.
The only one I've watched and enjoyed somewhat recently is Life in Pieces. But it's about it.
Yeah. Alright, let's go on. We've got a couple of sort of upgrade in castings to talk about. First of all, from Westworld, Tallulah Riley has been promoted to a series regular for season 2. And Connor, you're saying, who the hell is that? Who was she in season 1? Let me know.
I am blanking on it a little bit.
She played Angela, who was the host that welcomed people to the park.
Oh, okay.
She's going to be a regular in season 2. Yeah. And then the other one along the same lines is Katie McGrath has been promoted to a season regular in season 3 of Supergirl. She's Lena Luthor, of course, so she's going to be around
about that one.
a bit more. I mean, she's been there about half the season this year anyway, so it's not a big difference. But
no, but just the fact that it confirms she's sticking around and potentially has a bigger part. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, we did kind of think that she might just be a one and done, like gone at the end of the season thing. So yeah.
It wouldn't be unheard of for these CW shows to do exactly that.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, so a new show in development. Colin Farrell and the director of The Lobster, which he was in, of course, named Yorgos Lanthimos. Yorgos, I like that name. It's a good name. They're teaming up with an Amazon show about Oliver North, who was involved in the Iran-Contra affair. It's untitled right now, but it's going to be an all-along. It's going to be it's untitled. It's going to be a limited series, and they're waiting on scripts. So there's not a lot of information, and I'm not familiar with this real-life event to even.
No, but I love The Lobster, so
I did like The Lobster too. So that makes me think: is this going to be a quirky take on whatever happened?
That's the thing. It sounds like quite a serious event.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure quirky is necessarily what it should be.
I mean, unless it's about someone playing Contra in Iran, in which case it could be a quirky thing. I don't know. Were they big in Nintendo over there? But no, I know very little about this event, so I can hardly say anything other than I like that movie. So.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what you can do at this stage, really, isn't it? It's going well. I like the people attached, so that's promising.
All right, another thing that's in development, and again with very little in the way of describing what the show is. All we know, it's a 90s teen drama, right? So it's set in the 90s. It's about teenagers. That's all we know. But it's James Franco and Seth Rogen who are producing this show, and social media personality Kelly Oxford's also writing along with them. It's an hour long and it's untitled. And that's all we know.
There's not even enough to do a name on that.
Saved by the Bell, Electric Boogaloo? I don't
know. Based on the information that we have, that's as close as you're going to get.
Yeah. So, yeah, 90s teen show.
I'm down for hearing more about it.
Yeah. I need a name, need a network kind of thing, and maybe a bit more what the actual show's going to be about. Like, is it going to be... I'm assuming since they were involved, is it going to be more like their own like Freaks and Geeks that they did? That's where they kind of got the start. Or is it going to be with a different kind of tone? Not that I ever seen Freaks and Geeks, but I at least would have a idea of the sort of tone that it would be going for if that's what it was going to be like. But no. And then on to the last thing in the news this week. I told you it was a quick one, Connor. Not a lot of news. FX is doing the 10-episode season of Trust, which is a new anthology series, and anthology as in each season is a story, rather than each episode is a story. And Danny Boyle is directing and producing this season.
Oh my.
This is going to begin airing in January 2018. It's shooting this year. It's called Trust. I've actually got a description for this one, so at least we get to end.
Oh, we've got something.
Yeah, I get to end on an actual knowledgeable blurb.
We have a news story, not just a sentence.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Don't blame me. It's their fault.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying it's nice.
Quiet time of the year for news, I guess. The story centres on John Paul Getty III, heir to the Getty oil fortune. The first season takes place in 1973, when a young Getty is kidnapped in Rome and his mafia captors are banking on a multi-million-dollar ransom. But the tale soon turns into a nightmare ordeal at the hands of the kidnappers, who cannot understand why nobody seems to want their captive back. The Italian police think it's a prank and decline to investigate. Paul's father is lost in a heroin daze in London and refuses to answer the phone. Paul's grandfather, possibly the richest man in the world, is marooned in a Tudor mansion in the English countryside, surrounded by 5 mistresses and a pet lion. He's busy. I like that.
This sounds amazing.
Just one sentence. He's busy. Only Paul's mother is left to negotiate with increasingly desperate kidnappers. The problem is, she's broke. Do you know that I wasn't interested, because even it starts off with John Getty III, the heir to the... I was like, oh, it's going to be some shitty period drama about Like, you know,
Yeah, but just the tone of the description, where it gets
yeah,
wacky and it knows it's wacky. When it, like it says he's busy, it knows
yeah.
exactly what it's telling you there.
Honestly, at the end, my only disappointment is that I'd wish this was the Coens instead of Danny Boyle doing this because it sounds like a Coen plot.
I agree, but it could be all right. I'm down for this.
It sounds like it may be fun. Is basically what I'm getting from this. It seems to have a
Yeah,
sense of humor about itself, and that's cool. It definitely turned me around from the start of the description to the end of the description as I realised what the tone was going to be.
yeah,
It
yeah. I
got me a
mean,
lot more
we'd have
interested.
checked out regardless because there's a name and there's a network and there's a
Yeah,
time frame. It's like, well, I guess we'll try it. But I'm actually looking forward to that. I think.
cool. That's the news. 10 minutes. 10 minutes until we finish the news. It's been a long time since we even got close to 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, it has.
But
Remember when it was like this every week?
once upon a time, well, no, I don't know if it was ever this short. I
All right, it
think
was
20
usually like
minutes. Yeah,
15 to 20. Yeah.
20 was a normal thing at one time. But we started getting good news, and that's fine. So I guess we'll pick our favorite episode of the week,
Hmm.
and then we'll go on to tell you what's coming next week on the channel. So you got a
Yeah.
favorite? You got a pick?
Yeah, I feel really bad though because Flash had potentially my favorite episode of the season with its musical. Legends of Tomorrow had one of my favorite episodes of the season with all its Lord of the Rings fun. But how are they supposed to compete with Legion?
They're not. They just can't.
Well, exactly. It's just not fair.
I feel this always happens. There's always one or two shows on that are always going to be winning best of the week, just because they're a cut above in terms of style, production, writing.
And Legion had one of its best episodes yet.
Because right now it's either going to be Legion or The Expanse, typically on any given week,
Yeah.
and Expanse had a great episode last week. This week it was still a good episode. Don't get me wrong, but Legion was kind of firing on all cylinders, and it just like it takes the win.
Yeah.
Takes the win. So just to be clear, though, you're not picking one of the 13 episodes of Iron Fist.
I mean, no, I don't even know if I could tell you which one I hated most. I hate all of it.
Either 8 or 10. If I'm picking,
Which one? Okay, the 8 was definitely the most boring, but which one got me angriest?
10 had the reveal that made us angry. 8 was just the most boring thing in the planet.
Yeah.
Although 12 was really boring as well, admittedly. But so take your picks.
Look, we really hated this show.
We really did. We really did. All right. So as for what's coming in the next week, we have a comedy pilot called Imaginary Mary. We actually have another Netflix show, although I'm not assuming we're going to do the whole thing of this show in advance because it seems like something that's kind of out of our wheelhouse. We'll try the first episode and give you some thoughts on it. It's called 13 Reasons Why, but it seems like more of a teen-focused thing, which is why I'm not thinking we will do it. That said, if it impresses us and we decide we want to go through it, I'm not sure how many episodes, 8 or 10, I'm going to guess, but we'll see.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or 13, actually. 13 makes sense, given that it's called 13 Reasons Why. And I think each episode's a different reason, so it's probably 13. I'm talking out my ass. If I remember the premise, someone gets killed or commits suicide in each episode's...
I think it's suicide, and it's
Yeah.
13 reasons why she did it.
Yeah, so each episode focuses on a different thing. Which sounds like a really one-season plan. I don't see... Unless you got a different person, season 2, I guess. And it's an anthology style.
Yeah, I guess that's the only way you can really do it, isn't it?
Yeah. But we'll try episode 1 of that. That's next Friday. Imaginary Mary. I'm not sure what day that's on, but that's coming during the week.
I guess if we get time, we should try some of the Amazon pilots.
Yeah, because they went up the same day as the Iron Fist did, and obviously we just didn't have time. We might try a couple of those during the week, but that'll be more at our leisure if we've got a bit of time to do it, rather than try to squeeze them in. In terms of non-TV stuff, we should have our Power Rangers review up sometime tomorrow. From when this video goes up, the new Power Rangers movie review should be up, and even a review of Life as well, which came out the same day, should be up early in the week as well. So you can look forward to those.
And we'll be prepping for the new Ghost in the Shell movie by revisiting the 95 classic.
Yes, the Japanese Ghost in the Shell animated film. We'll have a review up for that. Again, that should be later today, in fact. That should be late tonight when that goes up. So, thank you very much for sticking around. Let us know what you thought of any of this news. Not that there was a lot of news to talk about. in the comments below. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. Helps us out a lot. Get us on Twitter at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. Individual Twitters are on the screen for everyday ramblings. And that's us. So, thanks for watching, guys. Have you got any vanilla?